And I know I'm doing the afternoon session. I myself was feeling very sleepy, and I'm sure your stomachs are full. So your eyes also definitely be full. So I won't take much time. I will try to keep it as crisp as possible. So if you're feeling sleepy, you can just stand up and be at your back, or you can go and grab some tea. It's available. Okay, is my slide is ready? Okay, great. Okay, so but before that, I really want to appreciate each one of you all. And I'm not just simply saying, but Saturday being a week off for you all, most of you all working, and you made time and just to be here and very curious, something they are talking about in church, like about some youth mentors training. Let me also be part of it. And you all made effort to be here, and I really appreciate you all. And I pray that Spirit will speak, something to you all where you can get something from today's session, and you can pass it to the teens or campus or single whoever you're mentoring, or even to the parents also. Okay, so I know morning session 3 hours we did. We loaded you all with information. So it might can go over your head, and so again I am going to load you all with information, so kindly bear with me. Okay, great. So today my topic is walking beside them, understanding adolescents and young adults. Okay, so we will keep talking about this word adolescents, young adults, and morning session also they did. So what do you think? What would be the age between when we talk about adolescents? What is the age we're talking about? We're going to make it more interactive. What is the age we're going to talk about it? Adolescence age? Just guess, guys, not a problem.
13.
One by one, maybe.
20.
20, okay. 12, okay. Any other? Okay. It is actually an age between 10 to 19, 20, and can go on. Okay, but majorly 10 to 12, 19. I just want to let you know, as I'm preparing this session, it is mainly for me because I just entered this phase, not me, my son. He was 10 years old. So when I'm going to teach this session, I want you to imagine what is the background that I'm talking. What is the age limit that I'm talking, so that you'll be able to understand. Okay. So 10 to 19 years old. In the morning, Kavi bro taught you all about identity formation. So what do you all remember about that? Identity formation. Anything? Values, beliefs. Okay. From that age 0 till 9, they were child. They were like under their parents. But from the age 10 to 19, they are becoming an independent person. In that phase, they will go through questions like, who am I? What do I believe in? Where do I belong to? What are my values? They go through all these things. Okay? Because my son, for example, so far he has been known as Jebapraim's son is Tobias. Now he is moving towards a phase that I'm Toby all by myself. Do you want to know who is my parents? He is that. So he wants to grow in this. It's a part of growth, becoming an adulthood. They all are growing towards the, creating their own identity and who I am and all these things. Okay. So as I said, all these, whatever questions they are going through, it is not a one-time event. It happens throughout the journey. 10 years, they might have some questions, they will run behind answers for that. 11 years, 12 years, different time. Okay? At the same time, this identity formation is not only for young adults, for adolescents. It is for all of us. We are all on search for identity. At different stages, it changes, but the identity formation happens throughout our lifetime. Do you all agree? Yeah. Right. So, where do we come into this picture? So, as the child is developing their own identity, and we as a church community, as a parent, as a youth mentor, whatever you all call, and we are in the process of helping them to figure out their identity. So that's where we come into, play with them. Okay. So and also as they are developing their identity, I know exactly this will happen. I thought. So as developing their identity, one more thing also happens. You know what would be, as I know, trying to what are my beliefs at the same time. What I'm believing, is it really true? Why I believe what I believe? Is it because my parents told me to do? Is it because I just want to believe? So they also go through identity crisis, right? So they go through a lot of confusions and uncertain about who they are, what they want in life, and what they want to become, and where do I fit in. So long, they like our church, they like to happy to go to KKC and all these things. Suddenly they feel like, I don't like this preteens, I don't like this teens, I don't want to come, I don't like them, I don't like to talk to them. So they go through all these things because they're going through rapid changes in their life. Okay. So as they all work with these kind of children, so how do you identify they are going through right now identity crisis? What are the some signs and symptoms that you can see from these children? Okay. Sorry? Who's that? Oh, yeah, sorry.
They don't come for meeting.
They don't come for meeting, okay. But before that, what are something they go through? We can see that. Mood swings, exactly. Who said that? Okay. Exactly, they go through mood swings, yeah. One day happy, next day not happy. What excited them today, tomorrow they're not excited. And very quick to feel bored. Okay, what else? What else? Insecurities, yeah. And because why they feel insecure? Because they constantly try to compare themselves with others, right? And feelings of they don't belong, and they become very sensitive to criticisms and rejections. And the confusion about values, beliefs, and future career, and they also, as I said, being a dependent, they're moving towards independent and wanting to be independent. At the same time, they still need assurance from us. And and you sometimes you come across kids saying that I don't know who I am, nobody understands me, I don't feel like talking. A lot of I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Right? When I work with teens, no, after some time I keep saying that word, right? I will tell them, you're banned from saying this word, I don't know. You can say anything else, it's fine. How are you? I don't know. How is school? I don't know. How is family? I don't know. Now they'll find a new word, not sure. That is better than saying I don't know, right? So as we deal with kids like this, how do we respond as a youth mentor? How do we respond? We're supposed to respond. How do we respond?
Listen to the patient.
Yes, the very first step as a mentor, what we all should do is listen to them. And you try to understand them. What they're trying to say. You might agree, you might not agree, you might feel like this is a very risky thing what they're doing. It could be anything. But without judging them, try to understand. And then slowly we have to guide them. That's what we're going to talk about today. Right? At the same time, most importantly, and we have to set boundaries. Right? We worship a God who sets boundaries. Right? You see the ocean has got boundaries, the animal, jungle, animal lives, they have got boundaries, everything has got boundaries, right? Boundaries are important, but since they are young and now adolescents, they don't set boundaries for them, but we will set boundaries by talking through them. What do you want to do? What is best? What shall we do? I feel like this. What do you want to do? Talk through them and then set boundaries. Never leave them all by themselves. Setting boundaries are very important. And then they also need and appropriate freedom. And sometimes your child says, I want to go, I want to do this. You get to know the background. I know it's safe. I know it's fine. Let them explore. We have to set them boundaries. Give them freedom for them to explore. Okay. So, for example, when you come across a kid, who's a teenager, he says, I don't know what I want to do in my life. When we as a mentor, when we hear that, or a parent especially, we shouldn't say that. You should have already know what you're supposed to do with life. And at this age, you have not figured it out. When I was like you, your age, I know what I want in my life. Why are you like this? Look at this friend, look at them. Very easy to say that, right? I have irritation too. But we have to change the way we respond to them. And take a pause and then say, it's okay. Let's explore what you enjoy. Let's explore what you're good at. What matters to you, you do it. Let me walk with you through this. And instead of judging them, putting them down, or comparing them with us, with others, let's walk with them through this journey. Okay? And most importantly, who is responsible for an adolescent to form their identity? Who is responsible? Sorry? Hey, say it louder, guys. Okay, Harshita, parents. Okay, why do you say parents? But our people, they come to church, expect our youth mentors to help them to find their identity. Right? That's what happens. Right? Our parents are the primary responsible for helping the child to form their identity. It is not the school, it is not the mentor, it is not our church leader or our Bible teachings. They all can support them. They all can give them different ideas. But the parents are the primary role in helping the child to form the identity. Right? So, and that is why it's very important, for us to, educate the parents. How are you with your child connecting? And what the parents keep constantly telling the child, and the child will think, that's my identity, and I will become like that. Right? For example, why are you so irresponsible? What's wrong with you? Can't you think clearly? Don't you know the small things? The child will argue back or get angry and respond, but deep down it believes, no, I don't know even the small things. I'm not responsible. I'm a lazy person. I keep missing things. So that is how the child will form its own identity. At the same time, if we grow up in a Indian family, wherever we are, we tell them, you're a good son, you're a good girl, you're my precious. I love you no matter what you do. I accept you. No matter what happens in life, you can come back to me. When we give those assurance, the child will be able to believe that's my identity, and they will always fall back and they come, grow up with that. Okay? And most importantly, as the child is developing the identity, parents are responsible. But you know what? Adolescent identity is actually a mirrored identity. What do you understand by that? Mirrored identity. Who they are, what they believe, how they become, it's a mirror identity. That means, what are they constantly exposed, whom they hung around, and they try to imitate that, and they become that identity. Right? For example, if your parents are constantly getting angry and that's the way they respond, as a child grow up also respond like that. For example, if your father loves animal, as days goes by, one of the child may pick up a desire to fall in love with animals, right? So their identity always comes from what they surrounded with. Could be relatives, could be parents, could be friends, or social media. What are they constantly expose themselves to? And they will become like that. That's why it's very important what are they surrounded with. What TV shows or what social media they have been exposed to. Who are their friends? and everything. It's very important for us to, as a parent, know to understand. Okay, maybe some of you will become parents later. You can have all these things remember it. Okay, so and that's how they form their identity. Okay, so we have to understand with this background, this phase is not an easy phase. It's a very complicated, delicate, and confusing phase for an adolescent and for the young adult. Okay, as a parent and a youth mentor, let's not panic or frustrated, and we need not to label them as you're rebellious, you're a difficult child, and you're one hard nutshell to crack. Let's not label them, and we decide to walk beside them. Okay, I'll show you a picture. Not this. Why did we go here? Okay. So, and when you look at this slide, we see a beautiful scenery here. What comes into your mind? Connected to the topic. What can we observe from this? Walking. Okay, what walking? Okay, there's a path we can walk. Okay, what else? Sunrise. Yes, that's exactly.
Beautiful place to be around.
Beautiful place to be around. Okay, note that point. Okay.
Happiness.
Huh?
Happiness.
Happiness. Where is happiness? In this picture, you have to describe from this picture. Bright sun. Okay. What? Colorful flowers. Exactly. Mountains. There's a terrain. Ups and downs are there. Right? Sorry? That's true. Whatever you want, you can do. It's free, right? As we all mentioned, that's the stage of a young adolescent. How beautiful it is, right? That's how they are also. See the beautiful flowers just blooming, just budding, right? That's how they are. They're also blooming and budding and growing in life, right? And you see different types of flowers. So there are also different types of kids. Not everybody are same. Each one of us are unique. What work for one person may not work for other person, right? And you see a narrow path, right? And that's what it's all about. As they work with, as you help the young adolescent, we have to understand, we have to walk beside them, not ahead of them, not behind them, not just tell them where you have to go. That's the end of your destiny. We have to walk beside them. That means we have to guide them and walk along with them, right? And there is the path is also has got terrain, ups and downs. The life is also going to be ups and downs. And there is the sun, and there's a hope and rain. And it's a long journey. And we have to really cherish, as someone said, we have to be happy to be around, do whatever they want. That's how these youngsters are. And we have to be willing to be walking along with them. Okay? Okay, next slide. Okay. Next is understanding adolescence and young adult. Okay. So this is a season, as I already shared with you all, is a season of major change and moving from dependency to independence. And there are 5 stages of growth you can see with that, right? One is physical, emotional, cognitive, social, and spiritual. So what do you say, the stages of growth physical? What kind of growth or changes that you can see in physical with the young adolescent? Physical. At this stage, they will attain puberty and you can see them body changes rapidly, change in appearance, and also physically they need an increased need for sleep. We will touch base on that later, okay? And you can see them emotionally also. There will be huge growth in that. What do you mean by that? Emotional changes and growth.
Lot of needs to be met.
Emotion needs to be met, okay?
The thinking level will increase.
Increase, okay? Suddenly you see them, their emotions become very strong, very intense. So far, my daughter won't even open her mouth. Now she's raising her voice, and so much anger. Where it's all coming from? Why she's questioning me back? Why she's arguing? And you see the emotions become very strong and intense, right? It comes from a lot of anger and fear, insecurity, loneliness, and they also develop romantic feelings. This is the stage, and they are very sensitive to rejection. And as they express this strong emotion, it doesn't mean they're immature or they're very dramatic. And I can't handle this. We also have to understand they're learning to recognize, express, and regulate their emotion. They don't know how to express, they don't know how to come across, and what they want, what they don't want, and what is actually going on. They're trying to express it, right? So, as a parent, as a mentor, when you come across a child who has got a very strong, intense emotion when they are throwing at us, what we should do? We should tell them it's okay. It's okay what you're feeling. It's okay you don't, you have extreme hurt, anger you're going through. Okay? But the most important thing is, what do you do with your anger? In your anger, do not hurt others. Do not speak bad languages. I know you're hurt. I know you're angry, but don't harm yourself, harm others. So that way you're acknowledging them. At the same time, you're setting boundaries to them. Okay. Next is cognitive. You can see the growth in them. Cognitive, thinking and understanding, and their thinking becomes more of reasoning. Why I should do? Why can't I do? Why I should go only on Sunday morning to church? Why it's only 10 o'clock? Why I have to go to school every time? And they tend to see things very different perspective, and they try to question everything. And and they have an amazing ability to learn and able to articulate, grasp things as fast as they can. They could able to reproduce it in their exams, do well in exams, able to explain, able to talk. I mean, where in the world they have so much of energy and knowledge? They're very good with that. This is the stage. You can see that a major thing develop. You can see it's coming out of school. And you can see the stages of growth in social also. What do you mean by social? Friendship. That's very, very important. This is the stage. So far, mama's girl, daddy's girl will become more like my friends are very important for me. Friendship means everything for them. That doesn't mean they don't value the dad and mom, but now they're exploring another relationship in their life that is more important for them. So this is the stage that also comes peer pressure. All my friends are doing, I also want to do. Why you're only saying no to me? So a lot of peer pressure also they go through, right? And spiritual development also happens this time. How do you know that spiritual development happens? Questioning their faith. What else? Their faith. Spirituality can move from inherited faith from their parents. It becomes more of a personal faith. That also happens this stage. Okay, and you see, and adolescent, their brain is going through major development. You see changes in their behavior, and they are transition from young adult into adulthood. So during this process, and they go through a lot of challenges, right? A stress, academic pressure, and professional and social, peer pressure, social media, identity, and mental health also. As youth mentors and parents, what is our responsibility? We have to restore hope to them. When you see them going through all down, sad, failures, we go and give them assurance. Restore hope. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. There are other ways to do. And encourage them, restore them. Never, no child in our church or anywhere in the world should walk away be feeling hopeless. There is always hope. because we worship a God full of hope, right? So our job is to always restore them with hope. They might tempt them to explore some, different things, get into some, friends are doing it, whatever it is, smoking or, get into all bad habits. But restore hope. I know you're exploring this, but you can change and you'll become a better person. This won't help you, it will hurt you. Give them the knowledge, give them the awareness, but restore hope for them and help them to build resilience. That means we help them, to face difficulties and learn and move forward, and we have to help them, face challenges. And as a parent, as a youth mentor, very quick to give them advice, or we just step up and help them and sort out all the problems. Then they will become resilient. So we have to let them go through those challenges, walk with them, walk beside them, but it is their journey. They have to, do this so that they will become stronger and they will grow through this, right? And then supporting faith. This is where our church community, our parents, youth mentors, we all come into it, right? And they need a healthy relationship with us. Our parents should be healthy in the way they connect with them. Mentors should be healthy, connecting with them, friends, and trusted adults, again church community, and we all need to be the supporting for the child, for the young adult. Okay, and next is supporting purpose, right? As the parent, mentors, and church community, we have to help them to identify their gifts, their strengths, their talents, what they're known for, so that we have to make an place for them to use those things. If we don't use those things, we will lose them, because they have so much of potential, so much of talent. They want to somewhere make use of it. But as a church, as the youth mentor, we're not making use of it, and they will go to the world and we will lose them. So we have to help them to find purpose in their life. Parents should do their job, and mentors as a church, we also should do their job. If you come across a teen or a preteen who's very good with singing or music, we have to create a platform for them to make use of it. And could be good in sports, we have to make use of it. And we have this young boy, Joshua here, is extremely good with tech. Whole night he sits and prepares for it. We create a platform for him. He's happily enjoying, sitting there. But he's not listening to me. It's okay. So we have to, create those things. If we don't create, and they will find somewhere else, and they're trying to use it, because they want to bring it at what they have, and we will lose them. Okay. So next, scripture. As we work with them, this scripture should be our mantra, right? Psalms 119, 105. It says, "Your word is the lamp unto my feet and light unto my path." Right? So when do we use lamp? In the darkness. When you use the lamp, when you try to see in the darkness, can you able to see the whole everything? No. You can only see one step ahead of you. Right? Little bit. You have to hold the lamp. When you want to move forward, you have to walk slowly, right? So that is what happens. So as we do, so many things comes into your mind. Oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this. I'm overwhelmed with all these things. But remember, as we walk in the darkness without holding a lamp, we only go one step at a time. If you run and go too fast, you will fall down. Right? Same thing. One step at a time. One day at a time. And we step forward using God's word. We will be able to handle this journey and this phase of our life, any phase of our life, through God's word. Right? We don't know road ahead how the journey is going to be. But with God's word will guide us. What is wrong, what is not, what is good. And God's word gives you hope. God's word comforts you. God's word help you. What is the most meaningful thing in this world? And what life is all about. Everything. God's word will guide us. But God also wants us to take one step at a time. Otherwise, you will collapse. Okay, we'll get overwhelmed. So, let's trust on God's way and practice in my life. Okay? And at the same time, I said they're also going through physical and biological development. Are you all with me?
Yes.
Okay. So there is a rapid growth in their physical. As I said, this is the time they reach puberty, and boys will have their own changes, and girls will have their own changes, and a development of primary and secondary sexual characteristics. There is a reproductive organ develops and started functioning, inside and outside. You can see the growth, primary and secondary, and the last part of a body that develops is what? Brain. So we always think when we are born, our brain is completely developed. No, that's the last part in our body to develop. It will develop only in mid-20s, especially the prefrontal cortex, right? It happens in the middle of the head. So this part of the head, brain, is the most important, that helps you in reasoning, logical, reasoning, connection, understanding everything. So this part of our brain develops only in mid-20s. So that is why when you talk with all these youngsters, they know as if everything. But what they talk doesn't make sometimes sense. They don't think through. They have all, what and all things they talk, right? And they can't think through the consequences. What I'm talking, I'm making these choices, where it will end with me. No matter how much you sit and talk and explain, they won't get it. We think like, what's wrong with you? Or nothing wrong with that, because the brain is developing very late. Right? So whatever you're doing now, you may not be able to see the result now, but you will, when they reach mid-20s, early 20s, slowly they get to develop their own, logical reasoning happens. Okay. At the same time, this is the stage they need, adolescents need more sleep, and irregular sleep patterns are very common, because the body is going to rapid change, and the brain is going to rapid change, and so their body is already tired, so they need lot of adequate sleep. The problem with young adolescents, right? If you tell them they're like, I'm not sleeping, I don't want to sleep. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, also they're super active, because their body is also super active. But we know the importance of, they need sleep. So we have to somehow help them to go to bed early. At least by this age, they have to go to bed by 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, if they go to bed, if you wake them at 6 o'clock, 6:30 to get up and go to school, they'll be able to handle. Otherwise, they go to bed 10, 11, morning, mother will wake you up, they feel like they can't get up at all. And like, you're so lazy, why not getting up? Get up, it's getting late, go to school. We do so much, and they won't be able to catch up, is because they are not able to have a consistent bedtime. So we have to somehow make it as a habit. Once in a while, it's okay when you're going for a wedding, but they need sleep. So you work with a team, help them, they have a proper sleep schedule, educate the parent also about the importance of sleep. Okay, next we'll see. Yeah, we hear already. You change when I'm telling you. Okay, so as sleep, it's a very important, a sleep, for all these adolescents, because they're not only growing taller, their brains and hormones, emotions, body system, all are developing at the same time. So their body is completely exhausted inside. So that is why their body and brain need sleep to recover. And they need to organize themselves. And it needs to develop, it grow. A well-rest baby grows well. It's more calm and more at peace. When they don't have proper sleep, you see them become very agitated. Right? As I said, interesting part is, they need plenty of sleep, but their body clock shifts, so they don't feel sleepy at all. And that's the hardest thing any parent can go through. Please go to bed. Please go to bed. So, but somehow, I don't know, whatever you feel, as a family, we have to go to bed by 9 o'clock. Somehow, I forcefully make my son to go to bed by 9 o'clock, right? Because I know they need that sleep. And also, we have to understand, if you don't have a good sleep, and if you are sleep deprived, it affects them rapidly. So what all you think? How are the ways that sleep deprivation affects us? Maybe we can have some time. No. Yes. Batala, you tell me how sleep deprivation affects us. Adolescence. Sorry. Yes, that's a very important thing. I know he's a walking chat GPT. I can ask him. He will pull it. The mood gets, what is that? Very moody. Mood gets swings. Very irritated, can't focus. I don't know. You see them walking like zombies. Like this. Come for meeting, not interested. Want to do this, not interested. Why? Because their body inside is definitely fully tired. But outside they look very strong. They're fine. But where is the root cause? Very simple thing. Sleep. What else? What else? How sleep affects if we don't have a proper sleep? Memory loss. Memory loss, guys. Okay, our famous mentor Akash can tell us how would sleep deprivation affect young adolescents. Can't think. Yes, they can't think. They can't focus in classes. They can't able to bring it out what they studied. Able to bring it out write exams. They can't think. They can't able to reason out. Right? What else? Memory power goes down. Okay. Right? And as you said, mood instability and emotionally they won't be able to regulate and can't concentrate and they also develop this risk-taking behaviors. And if they continue to be like this, there could be a long-term risk for mental and physical health problems. Right? Even for us also adults, if we don't have a proper sleep, rhythm, sleeping habits, don't have a proper rhythm, we all, really affect. It really affects our health. We get into a lot of diabetics, high blood pressure, anxiety, anger, so many things we all go through it because lack of sleep, because our body needs rest. And we should not, neglect that. We should not overlook that. And I'll talk about this later, not this year. Thank you. And risk-taking behavior. It's here, right? What do you mean that risk-taking behavior? Risk-taking behavior. Risk is like a rusk. Okay, George, please tell me what do you understand by risk-taking behavior at this stage? You would have done that in your life. Exactly. They don't think through. Wheeling is very common. Going. I'll be so upset. I'll be worried about their parents actually. Okay, what else? Exploring new things. They can't think through. Reason out what I'm doing, is it right or wrong? What this consequence will end up with. They can't think 2-3 steps ahead of this. What they want to do it. The risk-taking behavior is very common at this stage. We have to get used to this, right? But there are good things also. Suddenly I want to learn some instrument, some new language, they'll take a risk, and you see them mastering that also, right? Risk-taking behavior is also part of a growth. But we have to walk beside them, help them, what is safe, what is not safe. But it's very common for them. Okay, and as I said, next thing for anybody, this RED is needed. We all need rest, we all need to exercise, and there should be a proper diet and what we eat. So if we do this, you see yourself being more healthy, more calm, and more at peace. You also won't struggle with the mood swings. I hope we're all doing this, good in taking rest, good in exercising. I hope all the brothers are not hitting the gym, even sisters also. And good diet. Make sure you eat rich protein and fibers, all those things. Okay, next. Emotional development. This is my last slide. Afterwards, we'll have an activity and then Peter will come and continue some more slides. Okay, emotional development. As I said, at this stage, they also feel a very strong intense or emotions they feel, and their emotions also developing at this stage. Okay, so it is because of hormonal and brain changes, and they struggle a lot with self-esteem and self-acceptance. Okay, self-esteem and self-acceptance, they will become more conscious about how do I look? Do I look beautiful? Why my nose is longer? Why my hair is like this? Why I'm this? Why I'm that? What is my family? A lot of things they will compare themselves, and they will go through a lot of self-esteem. They themselves will go through. Maybe if they're exposed to schools, if they're also bullying them, it will also trigger them a lot. And social media is all about giving them fake, hope. If you do this, you'll become like this. Everybody around me are happy. Everybody around me looks so beautiful. This Korean and all these people, so why I'm like this? So they will go through a lot of, low self-esteem. Okay, these are all outside trigger factors. But the most, deep down, what made the child to go through low self-esteem, right? When there is conflict in the family, when the father and mother are constantly fighting before the child, the child will go through a very lot of low self-esteem. And moreover, if the parents are fighting because of child, a mother is telling, why are you not doing your homework? Because of your father is coming and scolding me. Why are you not being responsible, losing things? Your father is scolding me. Why are you like this? Your mother is scolding me. Because of you, we both are fighting. Because of you, there is no peace at home. Because of you being like this, it's like this. So when we blame the child, and what the child will go through, feels I am responsible for this, and something wrong with me. My parents are fighting because of me. There is a very strong, problem with me, and dad is fighting, mom is fighting. So they found they can't accept themselves. They have a very poor, value about themselves, right? So the child will grow up with a lot of very low self-esteem. With this, they're growing up as they reach the adolescent age, and external factors also keep triggering to it. What happens? The child will be able to come up? No, it will really pull the child down. They really suppressed by this, right? If they grow up in a good environment with a family, even external factors can trigger them, can shake them, but they won't really get swallowed by that. So that is why it's very important as you work with teens and preteens or campus, touch base on the parents. How is their marriage? How do they? They all fight, but fight in a more healthy way, not before the child, and not blame the child for your fight. When you're doing that, you don't know what you're doing. You're actually damaging your own child. It's the child is going through extreme low self-esteem, and the child cannot accept themselves. So let's not do that. So, and at the same time, as their emotions are developing, and they also eventually learn to regulate their emotions, and they will learn to grow in the resilience skills also, right? And gradually, they also have a very clear sense of identity, right? As I said, risk-taking behaviors increased due to imbalance between emotion and reasoning system. What I want, I want. They're very spontaneous and impulsive. Can't think through. As George Bro shared, wheeling is I'm doing wheeling. They think I'm capable, I'm skillful. But you don't know, what if some vehicle comes opposite? What if they can't reason it out? They do this, they get into a lot of problem also because of that, right? So parents and what is that? Youth mentors at this stage walk with them. And sometimes, when a child will come and tell the parents, you know what, ma, I just today tried my friend's bike. He got a new bike. It was so good. I just zoom with starting until like 200. When the mother or father hears what they will feel. Oh my, the heart will come out, right? It is a mini heart attack. Then they'll start yelling, how in the world we can do all these things? Even I will do the same thing because I'm scared. I can't lose my inner child. But we have to learn to regulate our emotions. Oh, you tried it. Oh, I'm okay. I'm not happy about this, but hope it's safe. And we have to let the child to come to us. When they don't come to us, what happens? They will go to their friends, they'll go to their different people. There they will share. If I tell this to my mother, that's all. She'll put a big thing. My father will scold me. He will not let me out. They'll become very secretive. I know it's very difficult for parents to handle this, even for anybody. But we should not overreact and push them away. We have to somehow soak it and able to walk with them with this. This behavior is also a part of the growth, development. Many children at this stage, 8 years old, they leave their homes, they go to a new city for their college, they study, and they get to do a lot of new things that we never imagined. They're willing to take any risk because it's part of the development and growth also. So thank you all for listening. That's all I have to say. And now we'll give it to Peter Bro, and he will carry forward. Yeah. What now?
Special. You love this? I should use this one. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So right now what we can do is we'll have a small activity, then we'll move forward for the next session. Okay. So what we will do, so already here's line 1, line 2, line 3, there's line 4, line 5, line 6 and line 7. Okay. So remember your lines. Okay. So this is line 1, 2, 3. 7. Okay, so what we are going to do, you can sit and do this. What we are going to do is we are going to do a storm. Okay, making a sound. By making a sound, we are going to create a storm. Okay, so first line, I will start. When I start, this first line is going to follow me. Then the first line started, then the second line going to see them on your left and follow them, and the third line follow them, then 4, 5, 6 follow the lines. Okay, once the last line finishes up, then I'll change the action, then again the first line going to change it as I'm doing the action. So it'll be keep moving. Okay, so let's try. Okay, you sit and do it. Ready? So keep your books down and pens, whatever you have, then we'll do in a hand. Okay, so you are ready? Now, son, come on, mentors. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, we'll start. Okay, first. Now, second line.
Oh,
See them. I will not do. You see and do it. You see and follow. You follow. Follow. No. You have to follow that. You have to one by one. Okay, come on, do it. So you don't follow me. You follow the left side one.
I'm just saying you. Okay.
No sound. Okay, relax. So you saw that feeling of a storm? No?
Yeah.
Yes? No? The sound started with the melodious, then lower, then it went, then again it's calmed down, right? So now what we will be doing here, so I'm working as a physical education teacher, so a little scared. I'll treat like you all are as a students. So that's a thing. Now, okay, what do you see here? Names of people in the Bible. So what is the one common thing you see among them? One common thing. Oh my God. Excellent. Black color. Come on. Okay. It looks like we have cognitive problems. Sorry. Yes. Anything little deeper you can just find research. Okay, friendship. How can you say friendship between Mary, the mother of Jesus, and Jeremiah?
You can say family. You can say family.
Okay, families. Then what else you? Come on, I want
Chronology.
chronology. Okay, what else you see? Some young. Okay, who said young? Who said young? Edwin. Good job. Okay, what else you see them? Young. Okay, so obeyed God. Awesome. Then what else you see? Celebrities of Bible. All are celebrities of Bible.
It's a
Miracles they created. So there are a lot of things. Only one thing we can see is all are called by God during adolescence. So they were young and God called them to do his work. Some of them are prophets. Some of them are, Mary played a mother role for Jesus, right? Joseph, he played a leadership role, Joseph, the mother, son of Jacob, There are a lot more things, Daniel, we all know now dynamic they were in the, their kingdoms, right? So it is possible today also, God calls the youth to do his work. So God himself giving importance during the adolescence, that we all have to understand. If this age passes, God knew that it's little difficult to bring them, In Tamil it says, Arla valiyadu, arodhiliyum valiyadu, In Tamil it says, Arla valiyadu, arodhiliyum. That means when the child is 6 years old, if he or she can't obey you, they will not obey you when they turn to be older in 60s. So God knew 100%. He knew I can invest on the adolescence, during the adolescence, so that I can turn them, I can do something greater through them. Because it's a fresh mind kind of thing. Right? So let's read a Bible, Genesis chapter 18, verses 19. Can anyone volunteer me? Genesis chapter 18, verses 19. Any volunteer over here can help me out? Genesis 18, verses 19.
But I have chosen him so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of God by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him.
Amen. So here you see that God chooses. God's chosen. Yeah. God chosen whom? Abraham, right? And he given the opportunity to be a leader for his family, his leadership for his family. And you see in the scripture the way of the Lord. The main thing, if you see God telling Abraham to guide their children in the way of the Lord. And what last fulfilling his promise. If the children are following the Lord, and the blessings will be fall on the family. That is how here it says, fulfilling the promise. If the leadership of the family guides the children in the Lord, the teaching of the Lord, the way of the Lord. So this is the basement of the scripture that I can give you before we are going to the next slide. So now here you see audience. Who are the audience? Mentors, youth mentors. How many of us are pre-teens? Only 3, 4. How many of you serve a KKC? No one. How many of you serve in the teens? Okay, and above the teens, campus and singles. Okay, so good. So now you all are the one who's going to guide the children in some point, and majority is the parents. Before I'm starting, you should set up your mind in which way, you are the mentors. Now you are going to carry forward whatever the learning you are doing here to the parents, to your sheep. So that mindset I can talk to you, and you should have that mindset of I'm going to go back and train the parents and the kids, so that we can easily understand the slides what we are learning. Okay, so now we'll go to the next slide. Okay, what do you see here? The slide talks about adolescence is a time of storm and stress. So what do you see here in that picture? No. What do you see? You see? Okay, you see. Okay. So basically you see what is that picture talks about? Okay. Okay, I and storm. Okay, what do you see? Storm basically, right? So you see any difference you see in that storm? So what all you see in that storm? Sorry? What all you see? Okay, it's a circle. Very good. Okay, it's a circle. Okay, what that part of the circle called? Can anyone from the last, what this part of the circle called? Huh? Yes? Can anyone answer? This is, sorry? Okay, eye of the storm. Then what is the outer ones? Huh? Outer ring road. So it's a eye wall of the storm. Okay, it's a eye center one. Second one is the outer one is the eye wall of the storm. Okay, so now the important question here, please answer it. So is there any safe place in that storm? Sorry? Center part. You was in the session? Okay. She forgot, but answering correctly. Okay. So, is there any place you find safest in the storm? Any place that? So, you know what will happen when the storm hits? Hurricane, or in India, what it says, cyclone, and one more name it is called. Huh? Tornado. Okay, so different names in different countries. Can anyone tell me if the storm hits the city or a village, what will happen after that? Heavy damage. It will destroy the village or the city, town, whatever it is. Sorry, house. Life. Some die, some house destroys, right? So imagine that you are in the storm. Okay, imagine that you caught in the storm. How you feel? Imagine. So what you'll do? From the beginning. Yes, Shalini, to say anything? Anyone? Fear, very good. Fear. You'll have a fear when you caught in the storm. Then what else? Yeah. Try to find a safe place. Try to escape. Excellent. What else? Think. What else? Okay, where you can hide yourself.
Can someone help me?
Someone help me, you'll scream, right? Sometime you want to give up. Okay, it is, terrifying, right? And mostly when you caught in the storm, you don't have a space to think. Yeah. You'll be terrified. Where's the space to think? How to overcome the place. And you'll be having a confusion what to do. What is happening around me? Because this all comes uncertain. Not invite it as tomorrow I'm coming. Now the technology is there, they can predict here and there, but it uncertain. So it's unprepared times. And we'll have a hopelessness when we caught in that. You understanding what is the adolescence means now? So our teens, our preteens are going through this like a storm. They are in the storm. And only thing is that the safest place in the storm is the eye of the storm, where you can at least you have a space over there to think. In a wall, you don't have a space, you don't have a safety to think. But here, what you have in the middle of the storm, what you have? Space to think, calmness. That's the beauty of the picture, So your teens, your kids, our church, some of the disciples' kids are in the storm. So who's going to help them out? Who's going to bring them to the safe place? Us. Right? So imagine you reach the eye wall of the storm. Sorry, eye of the storm. Oh, finally you made it to the eye of the storm. How you feel? The next question. First you caught in the storm, you feel terrified, etc. Now you went into the safe place. How you feel? Safe, very good. Then next. Then what else? Happy, relaxed, relieved. Yes, what else? You feel safe and you can see, you can have the hopeful. First you had no hope. Once you reach the high, what happened? You have a hope to think. You have a hope that I can come out of it. Right? So next one, imagine adolescents caught in the eye wall of the storm and intensify. There are 3 reasons to intensify. Anyhow, they are going to go through this. We also went through this, right? Some of us still remembering what happened during adolescence for us, what we missed, what we learned, etc. So now there are 3 things we all have to understand how this storm intensified in the adolescence, in our youth. Number 1, conflict with the parents and authority figures. Okay. The next one, no more disruptions. So already the sister was talking about the mood, changes. So that also possible. Then the third one is unguarded, risky behaviors. So these are the 3 things intensify the storm in their life during adolescence. Right? So what are the conflict with the parents? Some of you are parents over here. Some of you have a parents, you also have a conflict with them. So what do you think? What are the conflict usually the adolescents have? Yes, I want to answer from you guys.
Immediate obedience.
So parents are expecting immediate obedience. Okay. Then what are that intensifies the storm during adolescence?
No freedom.
No freedom. Parents are not giving you. They're setting up the boundaries. No. Then what else? Anything? Come on, if you have the answer, then only you can also learn and make the parents or other people can also learn. If you involve here, that yes.
Adolescents, they don't want to think about right now. But right is always right.
Correct.
So they just want to explore. These people come to have it's a major.
Correct. So
As a parent, I don't want my sons to go through what I went through or people bad things that we are going through. So it's just that fear that we have.
That is there. Anything else? What is the conflict take part in the family during adolescence with the parents? Expectation, too much expectations.
Go for movie.
Going out for movies and the parents not agree.
Late night.
Late night hangout,
Junk foods.
junk foods. There are a lot of things. When it comes, the topic comes, there is a conflict and intensify, right? Then, what are the mismatches views you see? Parents focus on the safety of the children, right? And while the teens views issues as a personal choice, right? So then, now we'll have a small activity over here. I'll call Brother Suresh over here as my father figure. He is my father now. Okay. So now he is my father. So now as a son, as a child for him, I'm going to ask, அப்பா உங்களுடைய பைக் வேணும், நான் ரைட் பண்ணும்.
No, இல்லை.
நோ, எனக்கு வேணும் பைக்.
Where you want to go?
I want to just go ride the bike and come back.
Do you have license?
No.
No.
Why you say no? I'm grown up. I know how to drive.
Beta, listen. If you go and dash somebody or somebody come and hits you back, number one, vehicle will be damaged. Number two,
You have insurance. Insurance can be covered, Papa.
if you are going without license, that means it's crime. So again, finally come on the back.
Why you are thinking negative? I can safely drive. No.
I want you to say,
I can wear a helmet.
I know better. You are just saying. No, you have to listen to Mama and Dad. No arguing.
See, my friend is coming by bike to school, college. So I'm not.
Where is going falling there? You are the one who. Yeah.
Are you going to give or not now?
No, but I'm very serious now. 18, get license, then you will get bike.
I can drive it safe.
I'm telling you, no. Safety. What is safety? Money is involved, risk is involved, hospital, all this tension I have. I don't know all the tension that I'm going through. I'm going through, okay, so do you know better? No. 18, license, and then you do. Otherwise, no.
My parents, my dad, very worst, yeah. Very conjuice. So this is how the conflict starts. One side, the teens, youth during adolescence, they are so confident. They want their choice. But another side, the parents think what? Safety of the child, right? So the next one, so we all should know that what is a healthy and unhealthy during the conflict. Okay, there are two levels: normal level of conflict. Okay, then the another level is the high level of conflict. High level is almost screaming, throwing, running out of the house, banging the doors, etc., etc. Okay, so the tips for this, you can note it down. The tips for the managing the conflict. Some maybe have experience, some maybe can learn. Stay calm. When the son, the younger ones comes, when the situation conflict happens, number one tip is stay calm, because they are in the storm already. Adolescence, the body also, puberty will take part. So they are confusion stage. They already don't have space to think. These all we have to consider. Then during the conflict, we should first step to stay calm and listen first, and choose rules together. Maybe my father would have told, okay, I will drive, you sit, will go. Instead of giving a bike, so somewhere you want to go, you want to drive, so I will drive, you come, we'll go together. Maybe, choosing a rules together. Otherwise, you don't take a bike, take a bicycle and go. These are the things we can have. Next one is mood distractions. You all know that teens go through a mood disruptions, right? So because that involved with a lot of lack of sleep also possibility. When they have a less sleep, they don't have space to think. They'll not start a day with a good, positive thinking. So that also possibility of mood, distractions can happen to them. Because of that, what will happen? The school, impacting the school, education, friendships, and family life. Mood disruption can lead them into, impacting a school works and friendships and family life. And they will also change to one relationship to the another relationship. Because they not find safety, calmness in the family or the church community or among the mentors, so they will choose another relationship, and they doesn't work there, then they'll move to the another relationship. And what will cause that? Will cause their education, their friendship, their relationship with the Father, ultimately with God. And also they'll also lose the relationship with God also. So we have to observe these things, 3 things can intensify the storm in the adolescence. And the last one is unguarded risky behaviors. We all know risky behaviors, how the teens will do, right? So I remember my risky behavior. So when I was during adolescence period, so KGF, right? So what they will do, they will gold mining. So they will purify all the golds. They separate the gold, waste, soil. They will go and dump it in a place. Okay, first level, second level, third level, and before they're equaling it, they will just come and just drop the soil over there, wasted soil. It will be very soft. The rock soils, it's very tiny, very soft, softer than the sand, very soft. What we will do, we'll climb that upper one, around 30 to 40 feet high. So we will jump from there. We will jump from there. That's a risky part we'll take. And in government school walls in the communities, so what we will do, we will run straight and we'll put one leg on the wall, then we'll keep running in the wall and we'll land down. Then we'll go, we don't know how deep the well is, lake is, pond is, we'll go for the fishing without informing our parents. We'll go cycling from one village to another village. We'll bunk the school and go for the swimming. There are a lot of things. These are the risk-taking behaviors. Okay, today we have to understand that teens means, youth means the risk-taking factor they have. So how we should guide, lead, and we have to be observing them. Okay. So, and also they may, some stage it is intensified, they may go and have an unsafe relationship also, and underlying trust, they will have a, coping with trauma, family conflict, or a mental health struggles also they will go through. You all understand?
Yeah.
So, an interesting part, Usha, go back. I'm not talking about this slide. Okay, now you see here, this storm as what? Center.
I try the wife, I know, but no, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. There's a research in America. You all know America is so advanced. They have the specially made aircraft to go and study the storms. Okay, so what is happening inside that? How intensified that? How speed is that? Which direction it is going? So these are the studies they'll do and they'll research on that. So you see the one storm which has a high. There's another storm they found which doesn't have the high at all. So I at all. There is no I in that storm. Imagine that the storm which has a I, it has a lot of problem. And without I, imagine that is the one which will lead the adolescents into a lot of risk-taking factors. If they not found safe place or peace among the community, our community, among the family, they will find a peace in the wrong place. They'll find another place. And they don't know that is the wrong. Because for them, they need a peace, space, joy. And they're not finding in a family or the church community where they will go. So they will find in someone else. And that is the place. What will happen? They will go and pop up with the wrong behaviors, wrong habits. Okay. So next one, slide 10. Tea break. Okay, we'll finish up with the question, then we'll go for a tea break, then we'll come back. Okay. Okay, what will happen when adolescents caught in the eye wall of the storm? Okay, so they will have a first adolescence without a safe place, right? So we should provide them a safe place. Number one. So adolescents without a person whom they can run, find a safety, hope, and calmlessness. When they fail in a relationship with them, they promote to get another relationship, as I told you. Okay, then they jump to the another relation again and again. So this will caught, they will caught in the storm which doesn't have the eye at all. There's no chance to move them to the safe place. There's a little difficult to do that. Okay, we'll have one more slide where we will learn about that. The three parts of safety, how we can move them from one place to another place in a life. Okay, I hope you learned about the storm, how our kids are going through. For us, we think he's a kid, he's going to the college. No, they are going through a lot day by day. That only we can do it, and we also lack in doing this. One example I give, we finish up. So one example, one parent came to me and asked me, my son not doing well. He's doing a 10th standard or something. And the parents came and complained to me, he's not doing well, he's coming late, he's hanging out with the unbelievers, local guys. It looks like he smokes, he do sometime drugs. When he comes to home, he's full of anger and he will argue, he will throw things, he will not listen to us. He'll come, it's just a 10th standard. So what as a mentor I have done? So what I have done is, I taught the mother, you have to understand what the child is going through as a mother. So because he is in an adolescent stage, he's going through a lot. When you understand only, you can bring him to the safe place. You can make him to understand what you want, guide him. Then next step, what I have done, I went to the child. I took him for the tea. And I was talking to him about what you are going through. I was explaining him, you are in the process of becoming adult. Now we are actually stepping up from the child to adulthood. This is a process you will have up to the 20 years. So these are all the things will happen to you, what we have learned previously. So I explained to him. Now what is the result of this? One side, the parents understood the adolescence of the child, and another side, the child also understood that the adolescence of his struggles, storm. He's in the storm. He needs a space, safe place. So, followed by that, he's not in my ministry. So somewhere I know we had a contact with the parents and they were just talking. So this is very important. This lesson you should teach not only the parents and also to the child who is in the adolescence process, so that we have to take them parallelly. If you teach one, you leave another one, not going to work. See, it should be done it parallelly to them. Call one day the parents, another day the adolescence process child, so that he can learn what he is going through. The parents can learn what he or she is going through, and they can learn how to treat them at home. Okay, so we'll have a tea break right now, then we'll move to the next session. So now we'll take a tea break. Okay, 3:15. We'll come back at 3:50. Oh, 3:50. Okay, so 10 minutes.
Welcome back to our live stream. We are now on a
Slide, adilla, next. Okay, shall we start? And there are a few more audience here to join us. Okay, we'll start, let them join. Okay, so next one. So right now, if you have any doubt on the previous slide, adolescence with the storm and stress, you have any doubt that, are you clear, you understand?
When you say storm, some maybe emotions, all that they bring storm. So in that picture, you have a eye of storm. Like that, in the adolescent life situation, is it like you're going to teach that? Or what is the area that is saved?
This slide we will learn about it. Okay, so we'll be learning the area. Which one you said without eye? That with eye. Okay, that we will talk about. Okay, no. Okay, we go. Okay, so next one. So any doubt you have on the previous slide? No doubt. So you all know that there are two types of storm we have spoken. One is with eye, one is without a eye. So the eye, most distractive storm, okay, and the without eye, which is most distractive storm, with eye causing lesser distractions. You have to understand. So we will talk the next slide. So emotions are very good informants. So what that tells, pay attention to your child's emotions. Okay, so we have to understand in your ministry, you have to train your parents that you have to learn to understand their emotions. They will bring different types of emotions, right? So what all can we can dent with? So what the adolescents go through, discouragement can counsel, look at all the negative. If they are discouraged, they will think within them negative parts. I have done this, I have done that, so I can't change. Instead of looking for the positive to make things better. Okay, here we have to play a role as a parents or a mentors. When they are discouraged, we have to tell them to counsel, not to take it negative things, but it happens. Next one, anger can counsel retaliation. Instead of finding a constructive way to address the wrong to make things better. So what will happen? They get anger. It can be counsel, but what happens to the adolescents once? They'll retaliate. So it can be counsel. It can be, explain better way. We can explain them better things. Okay, next one, fear can counsel, run away. When the problem happens, when they fail, what happens? Some of them give up. Some of them, they'll run away with the problems. Instead of that, what we can do? We can make them to stand and face the threat to make things better. Because we have God. We can use God's strength to make things better instead of running away from the problem. You have to teach the adolescents once. Problem should come. Then only we can learn how to face it. If we run away from the problem, will not become strong. That part we have to teach either parents and also the adolescent ones. The next one, helplessness can counsel. Sometimes what happens during adolescence, they feel like I'm helpless. When I go to the parents, they scold. They don't respect. And then when they go to the mentors, we don't know what kind of approach we do. Some will positively take, some maybe they not find a safe place in us or peace in us. So what will happen? So in that Instead of that, keeping trying to make things better, because we have a God who can do things better tomorrow. So we have a God who can do amazing things in life. Okay. The next one, this happens when they lack empathic ears to save, to safe place to run to whom. When these things happens negatively, if they don't have anyone to hear them or take them to the storm of the eye, the safe place, to the place where they can think, they have a space to think. So it is very important when they go through this, you have to tell the parents or your adolescents once, you have to understand their emotions. If they're angry, you have to understand why they're angry. Instead of retaliating, okay. So when the children are discouraged, anger, fear, helplessness, hopelessness, and this happens when they lack empathy, care, and safe place to run to. So it's very important for us to be a safe place for them. Parents to be a safe place for them. Some of us, imagine, some of you are disciples' children, some of us are not. Imagine when we're in the adolescence period. To whom we ran? No one. I remember no one. Because there's no parents capable of taking care, understand my adolescence period, what I was going through. It was not proper relationship, friendly relationship, mentoring relationship with my parents. So I hope you all also relate that some point. Some of you had a good parents who can counsel you, who can be a friend with you, who can understand the problem what you went through. They can, they positively helped you. They may brought you to the hopefulness. We don't know, right? So I'll have a question right now. When they find a safe place, what simple thing we can do during, the storm and stress? If the child finds the peace in you or in a parents, what the next step? They caught in a storm, they went through a lot, and somehow they made it happen to the the safe place, and now they're coming to you. So what you can do?
Yes,
What?
listen to them. Yeah.
Okay. Next, what else you can do? Suddenly the child is coming to you, the adolescent one coming to you. Sister, brother, didi, bhaiya, anna, akka. They have found a safe place in you. You're a safe place for them. What you can do to them? Or your child? What you can do? Bring home. Yes, anything? It's a difficult question. You can interact. What you can do? Simply what you will do if the child come to you.
Comfort them.
Comfort them.
Being
Empathetic. Then what else you can do?
I am there.
Sorry, bro. Listen.
Yeah, I am there for you. Kill them.
Okay. Telling that I'm there for you. Impress them with care and love, right? So right now I will call one brother among us. So he is going to act for us. Definitely not Suresh, father, Dada. Okay, I'll call George brother this time. George brother, come over here. Now George brother, I am a mentor for George brother. He found a safe place. So what will happen? We'll see. You can use the mic, George brother.
Bro,
Yeah, hi George.
how are you?
Good George.
I want to tell something to you.
Yes, George. Please go ahead.
Bro, like we went with
We are. You. Wow.
me and my friends.
Ah.
My friends went out last weekend and like we went to this great place where they were smoking.
Okay.
Then
Judge, see, you have to understand smoking is very bad for you. Judge, see, you have to understand what Bible says. You are the temple of the Holy Spirit. Right? See, God, see, nothing is hidden by God's eyes. And so you have to watch that, okay? You should not do that, Judge. No, Judge, see, you have to understand, okay? When you are with the friends, you should not go there. Should have called me. You would have run away from that place. Call me to join you. So this is the situation I'm recording. So Judge, what you have done is very bad, Judge. What will happen if your parents come to know about this? Judge, they'll kick you out of your house. Judge, you are coming to my ministry. See, if, what other things will know if you do this? They'll also follow you. No, Judge, see, you have to understand that. That should not be happen. So what the Bible says. So you should obey your parents. Your parents told you, right, to not smoke. So you,
I wanted something.
Judge, I understand, Judge. So, thank you, Judge. So, okay. So, here you see the sequence between us. The adolescence one caught in the storm, and he found safe place in me, and he ran to me and came and started talking what happened to him. Why he came to talk? Because he felt that he can bring me out of the storm. Now I am in the space where I can think, and I found my mentor as a safe place. So he came there. So what I was doing? So I proved that I am not a safe place. So I pushed back to the storm. So see how many years we have? How many years we have? Yeah. 2. 2 years. So how many mouth we have? 1. So that means what? We should listen doubly. Okay, more. And we should talk less. So the first step, what you can do, you should listen. Okay, next sequence. What if I could have, okay, Judge, okay, this happened, it's okay, no problem. So I could have listened fully. I stopped in the between itself. He had something else to tell. So this you have to learn. This is a skill as a mentors we should develop. And also we should develop in a parents also, because they have adolescent kids. It's very important. If they found someone is not listening, they'll cut off the relationship.
Yes.
They will go to the friend who can listen. That friend will guide. Machi, come, will go. Come, let's ride. Let's go. So they will influence us with wrong cope-up behaviors. Understand? So mentors have to become a safe place for them. Okay. So what all we can do? First, we have to listen to them. Second, we have to empathize with them. Instead of judging them, we should empathize. Happened is happened. Nothing to do. And we can have a comfort for them. Right? So instead of discipling, instead of strictly talking, happened is happened, and we should comfort, empathize with them, not to judge them. Okay, accepting them with empathy, pay attention to your children's emotions. That is how this talks about. You have to pay attention to their emotions. They'll show emotions different ways. They'll be silent sometime. Sometimes they'll be angry. Sometimes they'll close their door and sit inside. Right? So, so when the children are when they are in the storm, when they are in a yearning for the safe place, and place are us. We have to understand safe place when they are yearning. So we are the one, and parents are the one. If else, they are going to be in some other place. Okay, step one, make a safe place for them. When they come to you, make a safe place for them. Make them some comfort with you. Such a way where they'll become close, such a way they'll feel fearless, such a way they feel I can talk anything to this person. Make that place as a safe place. Okay. We also had an old practice. If someone come and talks about their struggles, it'll go to the third one. And the person come to know, oh, this one got leaked. How he knows about it? How my parents knows? This is the point we have to understand. When they come, you are the safe place. You should make as a safe place. It should be between you and the adolescent one. If you go to the next level, it goes to someone else, and they will not find a safe place in you. If you are angry with them, if you are rebuking them, in one period, okay, if they are disciples, if they are not disciples, a child, they are in the process, should give them a space, right? So, the step one, we should make what? Can tell me what you have to make? Safe place for them, right? So first you have to make a safe place. What will happen when they not found safe place in our church or in their family? Can you explain what can be happen to them? They not found a safe place in our community or in a family. They'll go away from us. Yes? Yes. Sorry? Anything? Risky behavior happens. Then what else?
Bad companies.
They'll go with the bad companies. Then what will happen? Sorry, someone talk yourself. You are not answering here. I can see here. Huh? Okay, they'll go to the one storm which doesn't have the eye. This is a very serious part. If they not found, that means themselves they consider as they are in the storm without eye. That is more dangerous. That will destroy that adolescence period. And that will go till they die. They will not come out of that. Though they become a disciple in one period, but still what happened during the storm, during the adolescence, that will carry forward. If they caught in the storm without eye. Right? So then what else? They make own choices. Wrong choices, own choices, okay. Then, so you know what will happen if they not find safe place? One of the teen doesn't turn to the church Sunday. The parents came and told me, my son didn't turn today. So why? He went with the college friends. For what? To have a breakfast. I said, why you sent him? He said, I want to go. I know the friends circle, they're very good. You understand? So this is how it will happen. They'll find the safe place in the wrong place. And they will slowly go away from our community. So make sure, as a mentors, make sure you'll teach the parents as soon as possible whom we are working with about this adolescence, so that we can work quicker and faster. Because this adolescence goes, that's it will not come again. So as much possible, we have to dynamically work with the parents with this subject, so that we can effectively work on this. You agree with me? Is it boring? Lighter. Okay. So the next one is, you said, many of you say it's correct. Okay. They find a safe place in a false companies, and they will in a bad friends. Okay. So let's turn our Bibles to John chapter 4 verses 27. Yes, yes.
4:20.
Yes, Chinese.
Thus then his disciples returned and were surprised to find him talking to the women.
No, John chapter 14, right? 4, that is. I told 4 or 14.
4 is
Okay, sorry, 14. 20,
Chapter 4,
chapter 4, 14, chapter 14, verses 27, I think. See, check into that.
peace I give you.
Yes. Go ahead.
Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not make your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid.
Amen. So here you see Jesus giving the peace to the disciples, to the one who he was, right? So he says that the second step is peace is very important during the storm and adolescence, stress. First, you have to make a safe place. The second, you have to give them a peace. If they not found that, they'll not open up. So you have to bring a peace. Okay. So Christ gave us this peace and left it for us as his legacy, and we must experience that peace and leave as our legacy to the other ones who yearns for the safe haven. Okay, so what we are experiencing a peace with Christ, that we have to leave it for the adolescent ones whom we are working with. Okay, so that is there. The next slide talks about types of stress. This is very important. Okay, positive, tolerable, and toxic stress. So positive stress, for example, the first day you are taking a child to the KKC or a school, what will happen? By seeing the atmosphere, what will happen? The child will cry, will be feared, uncomfortable, right? So that can be positively mood. Okay, with a good relationship, supportive relationship to help, a buffer against a child's stress, responses. So we can build a good relationship. We can bring them out of that kind of stress and storm. Okay, so if you go to the next one, the tolerable, we can bear that. How? If the child, if they are in the storm stress, their body's alert system happens. Okay, the reactions, and that activates the alert system when they are in the storm. Okay, so how? Sometimes when they lost loved ones, they may have a stress. Okay, sometimes natural disaster, they may have a stress. Yesterday I was watching about Nepal disaster, so it was painful. People are running and the flood hit them, it carried away. So that was a stress for us, because they ran for the life, suddenly caught in that. So we will go through that stress. Okay, and threatening injury, sometimes injury, fracture sometimes happens, sickness happens, that can bring the stress for them. Okay, so this kind of stress, we can bring them out, we can move them from tolerable to the positive, because this stress will stay for some time. By building a good relationship, we can move them from a tolerable to the positive. The another stress was that will be prolonged for a long time. 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, long time. They may in a stress. That is called toxic stress. That is very dangerous, too dangerous. It is very difficult to move from there to tolerable or a positive, because they go through a lot. They may have, physical and emotional abuse, and they will keep it for a long time. They will the stress, and they will having the toxic stress. That is little difficult for us to bring them. Exactly, that is called they caught in the storm without eye. For a long time, they may go through the stress. Okay, so they may go through a health issues. They may go through a brain development sometime. They may go through a organs development because of stress. They may have a health impact, and that will carry for a long time. They have health issues also. So this toxic stress, it should be helped by proper guidelines, professionals. Okay, so it's very important. Okay, so next one, pattern of the stress. So you got to understand, sometimes the stress will be unpredictable, right? Extreme or prolonged. Okay, this side, if you see it are predictable, sometime you can understand, okay, this child in a stress because he failed an exam. So by building a good relationship, you can bring them out. Okay, so you can moderate the stress. If they are under stress, you can counsel them, you can bring them out. Okay, and controllable, you can control also. Understand? So the next one, so you have any doubt in this, we can move on next one. So the next one is, already the sister spoke about this, early puberty. So you all know that you know that when they attain the early puberty, what kind of hormone grow in a boys and girls? Anything? Because this should be taught to the preteens itself. It is too late to teach the teens. It should be taught all the boys and girls during the preteens itself. When they are around 9 or 10 years, we should completely teach about this puberty thing, so that they can bring down the stress. Because unknowingly they attain the puberty, what will happen? In the stress, confusion stage. Hey, my body is changing. My organs are changing. Something is happening in my body. They are in the confusion stage. That will cause stress to them. So this we should aware. So what are the two organs which take part during the adolescence when they are attaining the puberty? Hormones. What are the hormones? It is called estrogen for girls, and testosterone for a boys. Okay, it's a simple information so that you can talk to the boys and what happens. You all also understand, when they attain the early puberty, they will also have the emotions changes. If they are in a wrong hand, they are caught in the storm, they're not found in this period. During this period, they're not found a safe place. Remember that. Safe place or space to think. They may caught with the wrong adult ones, wrong friends. They will influence the wrong things. And that can develop in them, and that can lead them into the toxins, stress. And that can stay for a long time. That will become big problem for them. They can have a early physical relationship, unsafe physical relationship, because the body, when turns, God created like that. We all have to understand. So, and when we teach them before that itself, so what will happen? They can understand, they can come out of the stress, they can control themselves. So this is very important. Okay, so next one, so that you can teach them. So here you see, cognitive development. This is one of the important slide where you have to understand cognitive development is very important, because this plays a big role during the adolescence for the children. This is the part during adolescence, the brain development happens. Brain development is the most important thing in our body, in the career of the life. If this part they missed out, here it's messed up, gone. The adulthood is gone. It's very difficult. So what are you see over there? In the slide here, this part. Thank you. You see the elements, what are the elements you see in the brain development elements? Yes? Genetics, physical exercise, environmental stimulation, early childhood experience, socio-economic factors, yes, education and learning, nutrition. So now I'll take only 2 points. So genetics, it happens how the father or the child or mother or the child, the genetic passes. But sometimes the genetic will not effectively work also. If the father is not smoking, the son can smoke. It can change. Genetic will not be the same. It can be changed by the environment. Okay, now we'll be talking about the most important thing. What we miss here is three things we miss. One is the nutrition. Another was the physical education. Sorry, exercise. I'm a physical education teacher. So sorry, physical exercise. Okay, the next one is the environmental stimulation. So we'll talk about the physical exercise. So it's very important. You have to encourage the parents or the child to go and do the activities 1 hour daily. Instead of sitting at home, tell them to go to the park, run, cycling, do yoga, go for a badminton. Something you just spark in them, just encourage them to do something. Because physical exercise or physical activities can help their, cognitive development, creative thinking, decision making. You allow one child in a sports, another child don't allow in a sports. Allow him in education. And after some time you bring both. You see the difference. The one who in the sports, he can make decisions, quick decisions. The one in the sports, he can confidently approach anywhere. There are a lot of things you can see. In education, he can do well, but there are few skills may not see in them. Because what the sports teaches, physical activity teaches, not the book or a pen, the notebook, they'll not teach. So please encourage your teens what to do. What to do? To do a physical activity. Tell them to join a school teams. Tell them to go for a yoga classes. Encourage the parents to send them at least 3 days in a week, 2,000 rupees. It's okay, but they develop something which is useful. Okay. So next one is nutrition. Tell the parents to give a nice, diet food, which has the proteins, carbohydrates, etc. Okay, so that will help the child brain to develop more faster, healthy way, and also the body. If the protein is most important thing for our body. If they miss during the adolescence, the body will not cope up after 40 years. They may go through a lot of health issues. So during adolescence, it's very important to have a protein food. So you have to encourage the parents, help them to give a nice protein and carbohydrates food. Okay, there's the ratio to calculate. Anyone knows what is the ratio of calculating a protein? EMI. Come on, Eden, good job. Anyone know the ratio of proteins? 1 kg for 1 gram? 1.2 gram. So basically the study says that 0.8 grams per kg. That means if I am 70 kg, I have to take 56 grams of protein per day by the break 3 times or 2 times, not 1 time. I can't. Each egg has around 5 grams protein. So if you want to reach 50 grams protein, how much egg I have to eat? Imagine. So almost I have to eat 10 eggs per day. So like that, you can encourage the parents to have a good Then last one will go for the environmental stimulation. What is stimulation? What is stimulation? What do you think about the stimulation? Yes, Shekhar, you said something. Response. Okay.
Turn on.
Huh?
Turn on.
Turn on. Anything you think about? Any example of stimulation? Environmental stimulation. Come on. You all are mentors. You can. When we are sitting in the class, same question the madam asked. Many of us silent. Brothers, are you there? She was tell us. Then some of us picked up and we started saying, someone said the right answer. Anything? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So basically it's an influence. Okay, influence. Environment should be influence the adolescents. You're understanding? So how we can influence adolescents? How we can? What are the environmental we have to create a proper influence in adolescence? Can anyone give the example? You want one more tea break? No. So any examples? I'll finish up. That's it. If you answer, it's now your time, not my time. Question is my time, answering is your time. If you're not answering, that means your clock is running. This is my rule of teaching.
Need to be healthy. What sister was saying. As parents, have a healthy relationship in front of the children. In good neighborhood, there are a lot of influence. On the noise, the music that playing around. There are many factors that affect the You're staying in a neighborhood, there is a lot of fighting that is happening. You have to recognize that and move on. That means I'm not just telling about the house residents, but the environment around. So that will give a lot of influence. People staying there and appreciate it.
Okay. So good. So anything you have idea, how can we influence the adolescents? Anything you have idea, how we can positive environment, we can create a positive environment. Then what else? Anything? Sorry? Total? Show the okay, right support system. Very good. Thank you. Next. Anything you have idea how we can influence them? What all we can influence?
You can be a role model.
Role model to them. We can be a role model to them. Social interaction to them. Right? So when they caught in the storm, when they found a safe place in us or a space to think, so we have to influence them with the positive. We have to listen. We have to guide them, right? So let's turn our Bibles to Hebrew chapter 10 verses 24 to 25. Hebrew chapter 10 verses 24 to 25. So anyone volunteering me to read this passage? 10, 24 to 25. Hebrew.
And let us consider how we may spur one another towards love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encourage one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching.
Amen. See, here it says, love one another. You have to influence the love in them. And, spur one another. We have to spur them to do what is right. Encourage one another. The scripture says. That's how God is teaching us. Encourage them. Love them. Spur them. Care one another. You have to care them. So, and good work. We have to do a good work. We all are called to do a good work. the Lord. Right? So when they are, we have to create a environmental, such a way where they should learn the positive things through us. So you have to encourage the parents also to make the family or a house like that, where they can see the love, care, forgiveness, good work, encouraging one another, spurring one another, etc. Understand? So any doubt you have here? No, rest of the things will be giving a notes, you can work on that. Okay, so this, what will happen? This will help the child to develop the brain properly, with a good nutrition, with a good physical activity, with a good, environmental stimulation. Okay, so done. We'll go for the next one. Next one. Okay, so here you see the brain will grow when they will grow such a way, the large part of the brain will grow such a way, it will improve the decision making and planning, and impulse control. These are the development happens in their main part of the brain. Okay, so they will learn to make a decisions, they learn make to a planning, right? So around 16 years, the brain completely develops to make a decision kind of capacity. Sometime it will go up to the 20 years also possible. But in nowadays, our teens, our adolescent teens, it is 16 years also, they are not that much into the decision making capacity they have in the brain. The reason why you think? Why? Lack of sleep, okay. Why do you think still they are struggling to have my brain that is supposed to grow such a way to make a decision making capacity, but still teens are struggling during adolescence? Why do you think that? What lacks that capacity is not growing?
We are not given the opportunity to exercise things or make a atmosphere or the environment is not where they are given or not given that opportunity to make the decisions. It's not applied to everybody. There are some kids who can make decisions, but many, as you said, many doesn't have this ability to make because atmosphere is like that. They have grown in such.
Okay, good. Then what else you think they not have the capacity of decision making? Their brain more of depending on their parents or siblings, etc. Then social media. Okay, lack of trust, trusting others. Okay, others trusting that person. Okay, good, very good. No experience. Okay, so mostly why the brain is not growing into the decision making capacity, they may go through a lot of stress. The stress will not allow them to make a decision possibility. So we have to, that is why I told you that when they are run to the safe place, we are the safe place, and we should give a peace and influence. What are the influence? Bible says in Hebrew, love, spur one another, care one another, encourage one another. We are called to do a good work. Or else what will happen?
If they're not given peace, they'll become peace.
So they will become a peace in their life. Yes, they will absolutely. They are like a caught in the storm which doesn't have a eye. Right? So we have to influence love. Okay, so we'll any doubt here? No, we'll move to the next one. Okay, so here I'm not going to explain more. See here on my right side, it's a behavioral development, young children development. You see a lot of list I have made it. Okay, if you see there, child-like development, that is, the brain are developed, but the challenges they have, this kind of don't listen, back talk, the children's, right? You remember when you was in that place, child development, you talk back to your parents, siblings, akka, anna, right? So I done a lot like that. Susan is not, because she, grown up in such a good environment, influence. Okay, so next one, if you see on my left side, adult, young people, characteristics and life skills. These are the life skills. You may relate to that now. Okay, some of us are maybe like that also. We were, back talk. Sometimes, we may addict to the media addiction, or some other things, okay, materialistic, etc. Here you see these are the characteristics of the grown adult. If you found this, that means the child has found the safe place. The child is not in the stress. If you see these characters in the child, the adolescence, during that period, if you see this list, that means you should be more happy that the child is not in the stress, or he or she is in the safe place. If you see some of the things still there, that means their brain has not grown. They're still like a child, thinking like a child, behaviorance like a child. Though they are in the process of adolescence, still they are in the stress. They are growing. Okay, so we'll move to the next one. Okay, so as a mentors, as a family members, so we have to create and maintain a safe environment for them. If you are not making a same environment for them, again, they'll run away from us. They'll not turn to us. They should come. I'm happy with my ministry. I had once, only few kids used to come. Now I have around 16 to 17 kids. Around 12 to 13 are coming. So what we have done? Nothing. We prayed to God, we surrendered to God. And what we have done? We started caring them. Nice feeding. I will ask them, I'll not prepare snacks and keep. Once they come, I'll take an opinion, what snacks you want. Then I'll go buy and come. So that makes them feel comfort, good, positive environment, and where we can show them a love. That love they see, we are influencing love not by ordering or teaching, but by our practical way. That brings a lot of attendance. We are not doing more strategy things or anything. Simple, we respect them, we feed them, we make them in a comfort zone. So that we have to do, or else they will run. I have a teen in same group, so they will not come because they may not feel the comfort over there. Sometimes we talk, we'll find out what is that, etc. Okay, next. Okay, now this is the most important part, circle of security. Now you learn a lot of things about adolescents. Now how you can make this safety for them, security for them. That you have to learn here. Okay, so what basically the adolescents wants? I need you. When they are in the storm, first thing they want, I want someone. I want someone to take me to the eye of the storm, so that I can think, so that I can have a space to understand what is happening around me, right? So they need you or the parents during the adolescence, right? So, support my exploration. They want whatever the exploration, whether the good, bad, whatever they're going through. So they need someone to see that, support that. They want to create, they want to invest, they want to, experience something. So they need someone to support. When they want to come out of the storm, the bad behaviors, what they've done, they feel guilty. I don't want that. No more. I want to come out. So that is the time we need a support. Okay. So And what we will do, that the next one is secure base and the next one is safe haven. So what does that mean? Okay, so you see here, they want protect me, comfort me, delight in me, organize my feelings. And here you see on a secure base, watch over me, delight in me, help me, enjoy with me. They want that during their adolescence. And they also want welcome my coming to you. If you not do that, they will not come to us. We need a warm welcome. We need a complete positive web over there. So next one, so meet their 5 basic needs. Okay, so what are the survival needs? We shall leave it. So what are the 5 survival needs for human beings? Sorry? Food, shelter, clothing, family, etc. If the parents provide these things, they feel comfort with the parents. My parents are there for me. I see in my school, I see so many kids in my school not getting these basics elements. They do not feel comfort with the parents. They do not have connection. Some of the kids in my school, parents are staying in some other village, and the children are staying with the grandparents. Completely cut off the relationship between the parents. Some of them have a single parents. Some of them left the parent, mother left the father left the mother for some other external affairs. I have kids in my school. They're not having complete their survival needs. I can feel them, how they feel. But the parents, if they provide, they'll feel like my parents are there. Mentors, I don't know how much we can provide them, not that much. When they are present with us, we can do that. Okay, so next one, love. Love is very important. We should love them. Warmth. Without warmth, if you provide everything, you provide high quality clothes, branded things. If you don't have warmth, love, that are meaningless for them. More than anything, if they don't have anything, if you provide the least things, but you have a warmth, comfort, love, they will feel confident in you. Okay, self-esteem. Okay, what is self-esteem? Can anyone tell me what is self-esteem? Huh? Yes, good about them, telling good things about them, very good. Next, self-esteem. Okay, confident, feeling them. We have to feel confident what they do. Next, knowing their worth. The adolescent's worth when they come to us, self-esteem. We have to teach them. What else we can do? Security, we can give them a security. Then what else we can do? Self-esteem. What else we can do to them? Self-esteem. Encouraging words, affirmation, positive affirmation, understanding their potentials. When they do a good thing, you can encourage them. I saw you doing a good thing. That was amazing. What will happen? Their self-esteem. They will grow. If they're helping someone, wow, very good. You've done a good job. Okay, so self-esteem, basically encouraging them to do a good work, encouraging to grow in the Lord. Okay, then and the next one. Okay, no, go back. Okay, here you see, I'll take you to the basic thing, what you can do as a mentor or what you can do to the parents. On my left side, what do you see? Palm, left palm, and above that, secure base. On my right side, what do you see? Safe hand. Okay. So when the adolescents run to you, when they run to you, you are parents. You have to give them a safe, secure and safe haven to them. On the left side, what all you have to do? You have to do that survival needs, 5 things you have to teach them. On my right side, so what all you have to do, then I'll do it. I'll teach you later about that. Okay, the next one is a fun. Do you think Jesus had a fun?
Yes.
What all the way Jesus had a fun? Huh? Going the boat. Next, walking on the stream. Then, sorry, fishing. Okay, fishing. Breakfast. He went making breakfast. Jesus cooked. He made a dish. Wine into water into wine, and that was a good one. He knows what the quantity of what to add, right? So he had a fun. So children should have a fun. They should have a fun in the families. You have to encourage the parents, or when they come to you, they should have a fun during adolescence. They should go for a trip. They should go for a picnic. They should have a hangout times with us. Okay, next one, freedom. They need a freedom. We should give them a certain freedom, putting a boundaries in a freedom. Or else if they cross the freedom, it's very difficult. We should give them a freedom. Okay, you're going with your friend outside. Go. Better come before 9 o'clock. Your bedtime is at 9 o'clock. That's the boundary you have to set. So you have to encourage the parents, give them a space, freedom, set the boundaries for them. So that they can stay in the boundaries, they also have the freedom. Or if they want to go behind that, so that there's a place where the conflict happens, so they have to come, sit, talk, etc. Okay, so we'll finish up. So how to create a safe secure base on your left side, we thought. Okay, that is survival needs provides. You have to do love and a connection. You should have healthy, safe esteem. You should do joyful bonding. You should have freedom within boundaries. The next one. So these are the lists we have to do to create a secure base. Next one. Okay, how to create a safe haven. Okay, stay emotionally regulated. So we should emotional with them. Okay, keep your own emotions calm. Don't be shocked when they come and tell things. You should be calm. Okay, you have to control, etc. Listen without interrupting or judging. You remember myself and George were doing, he tried to tell something else. I was stopping him and advising, judging him. You've done it. You need a teaching. So no, you should, listen without interrupting or judging. Next one, you see, affirm with feelings. Affirm with their feelings. Okay. So next one, be curious, not critical. You should be curious, but not critical. Okay. So ask in that open-ended questions instead of reacting with anger or shame. Tell the parents, when a child is coming and telling you something, don't do that. Be curious, not critical. Okay. So next one, balance freedom and guidelines. They should, guidance. Okay. So we have to teach them how to balance. If you're given them a go hang out with your friends, means not that they can do anything. You should put a boundary and telling these are things you should do with your friends. Okay, or else they'll end up with a wrong cope of behaviors. Okay. Next one, encourage problem solving. Okay, that we have to teach them. So, okay, you've done what you have done. We have done this. Now encourage them to solve the problem on their own. Okay, then celebrate, effort, not only outcomes. Okay, you have to celebrate them. They done a good job, celebrate. Okay, so you have to train also, this reduces fear of failure in them. Okay, you have to celebrate when they come out of something, they are achieving something, etc. Next. Okay, so, and trilogue, will talk about the last one, the trilogue. So when this one I learned when I was dating with Usha, one of the couple taught me about the trilogue. Okay, what is trilogue? What is God? It comes to the husband and wife, God, husband and wife. If our wife and husband had a conflict, husband will pray, God, help my wife to understand this problem, help this conflict to be solved. Whom I am connecting, whom I am taking the problem, God. The same method. So what we have to do, mentor, parents or mentors. If the child come to you, you should play the role of parent. If they go to the parents, you should teach the parents. When the child is coming and talking to you, they found a safe place in you. When they're talking, make sure you pay for the child, you to take care. Okay, and a child and a God. So these are the conversation should happen. When the child comes to you, child, you and God, child, parents and God, child and mentor and God. So that will help the child to grow, because God, you are involving God there, right? If you are not involving God there, it is impossible to bring them out of the storm, right? So invite God presence, take a break if needed during a conversation. Tell the parents if the arguments are eaten up, it's okay to tell that, okay, I understand, let's have a break, then we'll come back. That can be done. Reflect, not react. Okay, when they come, seek support when needed. If you are not able to handle them, the situation, the storm, stress they've gone through, if you can't, you can call the higher level by permission of that person. Because without the permission, if you call the third person, what will happen? He will not trust you next time. So he will not feel comfortable. No, so it's better to ask a permission. Okay, so shall we? Now I can't help this, something I can't. I can suggest someone whom we can help, who can involve and help you. It's okay for you, gently. Then you can seek a help from some other sources. Okay, if parents sometime, if you found that parents cannot handle particular situation, they come and tell to you, okay, auntie, talk to your child, can come and involve in that. And you can go as a support need person and help them out during adolescence. Okay, next one you have to do regulate, relate and reason with them. Okay, so these you have to do, you have to regulate with them, you have to relate to them, you have to reason with them. These three things you do, when then they will find a safe place in you. You are the one who can bring them out of the storm, right? So next one. Okay, if these are the professional numbers, we got it from them, right? So if anyone like a suicide tendency, like they provoked to run away from the house, want to suicide, attempt to suicide, the toxic stress is more, it is for a long time. Okay, so you and me cannot handle, but it's possibility by calling them, they are in different languages also, we can tell them to contact and take the counseling. If professional way we want to do it. And because there are situations, people go stand top of the building having a stress, toxic stress, and they were about to jump, about to give up their life. What they'll do, no, many times they'll take a phone, they'll call the helpline. Now right now I'm standing top of the building. This is how happened. I want to jump. You're understanding? So if you come across this numbers, you can just refer to them, or if you find something happening around you, you can also suggest, you can also involve. Okay, you can suggest. Okay, the availability for them Monday to Saturday 9 to 9 p.m. Okay, so next. Okay, thank you. So I hope you all learned the last one. What I can encourage you all is that please let us help and support the adolescents to develop. In what way? Emotionally, physically, and cognitively, spiritually, socially, and protect them in the Lord. Thank you so much. Fire club.
Oh, that is awesome. Thank you to the team too, Nika, Usha, and I don't not easy in the afternoon session. It was all away, but I think almost all away.
Suresh was sleeping for some time. I feel.
Okay, so how many of you plan to come tomorrow?
Mandala communion of
Okay.
communion.
It's just technique. No. So I know today people are less because of work and all that, but tomorrow I'm hoping full house. Okay, and yeah, tomorrow is going to be awesome. Morning we have James and his team.
Come on.
And we have Tiago and his team.
Come on, Tiago brother.
So just looking forward to that. And if you have any questions, do you have any questions?
5 o'clock more. 5 o'clock more, no questions.
Yeah, somebody else. Anyway, yeah, there is a bomb
Ayo.
morning session.
Hey, 5 o'clock correct mustang. In question session, yeah. Question session.
Yeah, that's another thing. So tomorrow evening you'll be given a handbook of all the materials that has been taught here and all the certificate. Okay, so don't miss tomorrow's session. Okay, it will not be done online or offline or all those. You have to come here. Okay, so that's about tomorrow. And tomorrow, since it's Sunday, we are going to have a mediation message in the morning. It's starting at 9:30, not 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So please come on time, 9:30. Participate in the comedian. Then we will have the. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, trying to come. Yeah, it's written 10, but we're changing it a little bit. 9:30 only will start. Okay. I mean, any questions, any clarifications?
Even they,
Yeah, if any questions you can ask later also. You can reach out to the team who presented. You can reach out and find out questions. You can give them a tough time asking difficult questions. No problem. They have done a lot of hard work and research on this. They'll give you answers. Okay. Amen. So let's all start up. Then we'll pray and close the prayer session. Okay. Can I request Clarence to come over and
Come on, clarity.
Let's pray. Let's pray. Dear Father Lord, Lord, thank you so much for this day. As we all, as mentors of different groups, we could come here and learn about teens, the young adults, how to help them, how they are designed, and like how they we all been in that phase of our life, and somehow you brought people in our life and protected us, guided us, and